There is a house, on Calle Mirasol 14, in a quiet neighborhood of Guadalajara, Mexico. It looks like every other house on the street. The kind of house you pass without thinking. The kind of house you forget the moment you look away. But on the morning of September 6th, 2004, a neighbor named Graciela Torres knocked on the front door. She had not seen the Mendoza family in 4 days. No lights on, no sound, no answer. She looked through the kitchen window. The breakfast table was set, food on every plate, still there, 4 days later. She called the police. The Mendoza family had lived on Calle Mirasol for 11 years. Rodrigo Mendoza, age 44, an accountant at a small firm downtown. Quiet man, careful with money. Coached the neighborhood football team every Saturday morning. His wife Elena, age 41, a primary school teacher. Former students remember her as the teacher you never forgot. Always the first to bring food to a neighbor in need. Their 3 children. Marcos, 16 years old, never missed a practice, never complained. Lucia, 12 years old, sharpest student in her class, already talking about becoming a doctor. And little Tomas, 6 years old. His teacher said he cried on Fridays because he didn't want the school week to end. By every account, the Mendoza family was the most ordinary family on the street. No financial troubles, no conflicts, no history of anything. No reason in the world for what happened. The last person outside the family to see any of them was the postman on the morning of September 2nd. He said, Elena waved at him through the kitchen window. She was smiling. That was the last confirmed sighting of any member of the Mendoza family. When officers entered the house on September 6th, what they found inside stopped every one of them in the doorway. The hallway was perfectly normal. The living room was perfectly normal. And then they reached the kitchen. 5 breakfast plates, 5 glasses of orange juice, 5 sets of cutlery, laid out perfectly. The food had been prepared, served, and never touched. As if the family had sat down at their breakfast table and simply ceased to exist. In the living room, the television still on, same channel, playing continuously for 4 days. In the master bedroom, both sides of the bed slept in. Rodrigo's watch, his wallet, his car keys, all still there. His car still in the driveway. In Marcos's room, his school bag packed and waiting by the door, ready for a school day that never came. His homework half finished, a pen resting across the page, as if he had simply put it down for a moment. In Lucia's room, her diary open on her desk, the last entry dated September 2nd. The last line she wrote, "Something feels different today. The house feels different. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like the house is watching." She was 12 years old. And she was right. Standard forensic procedure found nothing unusual in the first sweep. No foreign fingerprints. No signs of struggle. No blood. No evidence of any intruder. It was only during the second sweep that a junior officer noticed something on the kitchen floor. He called his supervisor. His supervisor called the lead investigator. 3 people under the table, all silent, all staring. On the kitchen floor, directly beneath the table, 5 depressions in the tile, 5 perfect circles, 1 beneath each chair, burned into the tile. Each circle, exactly 23 centimeters in diameter, exactly 4 millimeters deep. All 5 completely identical. The tile inside each circle was not cracked, not shattered, simply pressed down. As if something had applied enormous downward pressure through each chair, through the person sitting in it, and into the floor below, the chairs themselves completely undamaged. The lead forensics officer wrote in his report, "We have no explanation for these marks. They are inconsistent with any known cause. They should not be there." He had been a forensic investigator for 22 years. He retired 8 months after the Mendoza case. He never discussed it publicly. 3 months into the investigation, a neighbor came forward, an elderly man named Don Aurelio, 81 years old. He had lived next door to the Mendoza family for 9 years. He told investigators something he had been too afraid to report until now. On the night of September 1st, at approximately 3 a.m., he was woken by something. Not a loud sound, not a scream, not a crash. His dog was staring at the wall facing the Mendoza house, not barking, just staring. He went to his window. The Mendoza house had every single light on, every window, every room, all of them. And then, one light went out. Then another. Then another. All of them in less than 3 seconds. "I knew," he said. "Right then, I knew they were already gone. The house felt different, like something had left it. Not the family, something else, something that had been in there with them." In 2006, 2 years after the disappearance, the house was purchased by a young couple, Pablo and Marta Solano. They knew about the Mendoza family. They were not superstitious people. The low price was simply too good to ignore. They lasted 4 days. On the first night, Pablo said the kitchen felt strange after dark. On the second night, Marta woke at 3 a.m. A low hum. She could feel it in the wall. The same hum Don Aurelio had described 2 years earlier. On the third night, neither of them slept. On the morning of the 4th day, Pablo went into the kitchen to make coffee. He stopped in the doorway. The kitchen table had been set. 5 plates, 5 glasses, 5 sets of cutlery, their own dishes, arranged exactly as the photographs from the 2004 police investigation. Pablo and Marta Solano were out of the house within 2 hours. They left most of their furniture. They never went back. The Mendoza family has never been found. Rodrigo, Elena, Marcos, Lucia, Tomas, 5 people vanished from a locked house on a perfectly ordinary morning, without a single explanation. The case was officially marked as unsolved in 2008. No suspects, no motive, no remains, no answers. 3 separate families attempted to move in since 2004. None lasted more than a week. except one father, who moved out after 5 days, said only one thing when asked why. The house watches you. I know how that sounds, but it watches you. Every room, every corner, all the time, and at night, it sets the table. The kitchen table is still there, the 5 plates still in place. Nobody has gone inside to move them. And every September 6th, the neighbors leave flowers outside the gate for 5 people who were there one morning and simply were not the next. The Mendoza family case remains officially open, though no one is actively investigating. Not because they gave up, but because in 20 years, not one investigator who entered that house came away without the same feeling that the house already knew exactly what happened and was not finished. This was Voces del Abismo. Subscribe, because the next story starts exactly the same way. A perfectly ordinary house, a perfectly ordinary family, and a morning they never came back from.